If I were to tell you there was an unseen mission field twice as large as the largest nation in the world, wouldn't you think the church should be doing everything in their power to reach them? Well, today there are 2.8 billion gamers worldwide. That is a third of the entire Earth's population. 200 million gamers in the US alone. And to your surprise, the average age of a hardcore gamer is actually 34 years old, is married, owns a home, and has children. The gaming community is made up of 59% men and 41% women. And with the massive rise of popularity in gaming, Amazon purchased a website called Twitch.tv in 2014. Twitch is a website where gamers go on to watch somebody else play video games. The viewer can actually see the perspective of the broadcaster, see their gameplay, see their camera, and hear their voice via their microphone. The viewer is able to type in the chat, and the broadcaster can read those comments and answer those questions in real time. And every day there are 25 million people logging on Twitch, 140 million people a month. There are streamers like Asmongold and Tim the Tapman, broadcasters, who are interacting with 400,000 people live per day. And this website continues to grow, but as these gamers are watching them hours and hours a day, they're being influenced by the way they think. They're being influenced by their view of life, and they're being influenced by the world. But what if you and I could go on this website and influence instead with the Word of God? And that's why in 2014, I started playing video games on Twitch.tv, and people from around the world began to watch. And they had opportunities to interact with a real-life pastor, ask questions, and I began to share the gospel and teach them the Word of God. And since then, we've seen over 1,000 people give their lives to follow Jesus. Every day, I get to interact with over 600 people in real time, and we're reaching 7,600 people per month. And out of that community we built, we launched GodSquad Church, the world's first church for gamers, where every week people get to engage in services, hear the Word of God, experience small groups, even get online pastoral care in their deepest moments of need. And we've seen people have their lives radically changed by the power of God. Marriages restored, and people even leaving a lifestyle of addiction, and yes, even addiction to video games. And together we are impacting real life people. And the thing is, we are reaching gamers in over 73 countries because gamers are everywhere, and some of you know this. Because to you, some of you gamers, they're not strangers. To some of you, they're your friends, your colleagues, and to some of you, your children and your spouses. We are impacting real life people for the glory of God. And the thing I want you to catch is we're not reaching tomorrow's leaders. With the average age of a hardcore game being 34 years old, we're reaching today's leaders who are influencing the world. And if we can influence them, they can influence the world. We're influencing real life people just like Ken. Ken is a man from the Netherlands who didn't know Christ. Didn't have a gospel preaching church in his area, stumbled across our ministry, gave his life to follow Jesus, and had such a desire to be water baptized, but didn't have a body of water near him. So he grabbed his trash receptacle in his backyard, cleaned it out, filled it with water, got online, publicly declared the goodness of God, and we baptized him in the name of Jesus. Let me tell you, people don't put themselves in trash barrels unless God is on the move. And it is so vital that we continue not just to water baptize people, but to disciple them. And with our community currently reaching 7,600 people a month and a current church size of 3,915 gamers, with our small staff, we're only able to engage and disciple about 34% of our people. But if we were to win $25,000, we can increase our discipleship effectiveness by 30%. But if we had $400,000, we can increase our effectiveness by 92% over the next 12 months. But no matter what happens financially over the next few days, I want you to hear about a model that we've created called the Wheel of 1,000. If we can get 1,000 of you once a week to click one button, not only can we reach, literally without exaggeration, thousands more a week, but we can actually create a sustainable financial source of revenue that will support our ministry. It is not a gimmick. It is not too good to be true. And I would love to answer more questions about it at my booth in my Q&A. But friends, it is vital that we reach gamers today because there are 2.8 billion around the world, and the community is growing by 14 to 20% every year. And the business world is capitalizing on this to gain more money, but how much more should the Church of Christ capitalize to gain souls for Christ? I leave you with this thought, friends, that the games that we play on screen might not be real, but the people behind the screens are. And if we are to obey Christ's command to go into all the world, then I believe we must also go into the virtual world. For more information, you can visit me in my booth, come ask me questions about Q&A, and you can actually visit a website that we built just for you at this event, futuregsc.com. Thank you very much.